We are discussing about the topic or unit of structure of atom. For that, we have to once recapitulation of our ninth class concepts. So we have first unit in the ninth class as a matter. So every matter having properties. So in the matter, we have an identical particle. That identical particle we call as molecule. So molecule also having here properties. The properties of matter and molecules properties are always similar because molecule is identical particle in the matter. Means whatever the properties are there to the molecule, that should be resembling with the matter. That was we discussed. Then if you cut the molecule, we can able to get a small indivisible particle that we call as atom from Dalton's theory. So in the matter, the smallest particle is atom. That was we discussed. After few researches, atom is having few subatomic particles, right? So few particles that is named as subatomic particles. Those subatomic particles are proton, electron, neutron, right? So already we have clear idea. So proton is positively charged, electron is negatively charged, and this one is less charged or chargeless, right? So these are the protons in positive, electrons are in negative, and neutrons are chargeless. So proton is invented, already we discussed, that was discovered by Rutherford, but name is allotted by Goldstein. So he discovered the proton in the alpha ray scattering experiment that was we discussed in ninth class. The electron is a negatively charged particle. This one is discovered and named by Thomson, and neutron is discovered by Chadwick. It is all information we have in ninth class, right? Then it is having a short clue. Already you are perfect. So here we have to, I am writing as pen. P stands for proton, E stands for electron, N stands for neutron. Then here we have to take first letters. RTC. R stands for Rutherford, T stands for Thomson, C stands for Chadwick. So my pen dropped in RTC bus. Generally we are using that logic to remember who invented a particular subatomic particle. Right? Here pen, in that P indicates proton, E indicates electron, N indicates neutron. Then same way R indicates Rutherford, T indicates Thomson, and C indicates Chadwick. These are the representative information about what we discussed in the ninth class. Right, children? And we have to check a few questions. So just before we discussed, every atom is having a few existed subatomic particles. Then, if you look into that, even though they have lot of means some number of subatomic particles, how an atom is electrically neutral? If you take any atom, we simply call it as atom is electrically neutral. How it is possible? For the question, so we have charged particles are only two types. One is positively charged and another one is negative charge. So here the number of protons is equals to number of electrons. That was we discussed. Because when you written the electronic configuration in 9th class, we discussed Z is equal to number of protons. Same number of electrons we have. So for that, here particles are same and their respective charge also equal and opposite. For that, every atom is electrically neutral. That we have to feed in brain, right? So feed it. Then next question: do all atoms have same number of subatomic particles? Okay, if you check first one, we got a clarity. Then second one, every time we have same number of subatomic particles, only the same number of subatomic particles, that condition is applicable for protons as well as electrons. It never applicable to neutrons because neutron numbers are varied atom to atom, and also it is having different conditions, but there is no conditions for protons and electrons. In every atom, the number of protons, the number of electrons always to be equal, but it is not considered to the neutrons. right? For that we have different elements. If you take protons, yes. If you take a atom of particular element, that all atoms having same number of protons, but one atom element and another atom element never be having same number of elements or protons and electrons. Then one more question: why is an atom of element different from atom of another element? So already we discussed every matter is having a particular property. So that property is designed by molecules. In the molecules, what we have? Atoms we have. So the property is basically generated from atoms or not. Then in the atoms, the important person is, or the important thing is electron. So here electrons are able to play key role in the designing or in the showing of properties of particular atom. So what type of electrons? We call the valency electrons. Already we got the term in 9th class. Valency means in the outermost atom, right? Then last one that we are going to discuss right now, how the distribution of electrons. So already we have one Bohr method, right? So in 9th class we discussed like this, right? With the K shell, L shell and M shell. Every shell is having particular number of electrons capacity or maximum electron capacity. That was we discussed. Same thing we are going to discuss in further. Right children? Have you got a clarity about that 4 questions? Coming to fourth point, so we already familiar, electrons are revolving in a particular atom around the nucleus from either Rutherford's model or Bohr's model, right? So when electron is revolving or moving in a particular spherical shape of atom, so it can able to show some that vibrations. That movement here I consider as vibrations because that may move into x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So it can able to move in different way. So when electron is vibrating, then it can able to create the electromagnetic wave. So for that, whatever the light is there, it is in the nature of wave nature. Means the light wave is electromagnetic wave. How? Because here electron is vibrating or not. So electron is having negative charge. So ultimately on vibrating of electron, it can able to create the electric charge. Right? From that, it can able to generate the electromagnetic wave. So that we discuss in the next step. You have a clarity? Simply the vibration of electron is creating the electromagnetic wave. Then ultimately we call as light wave is electromagnetic wave. Understood?